Hi, I'm Inga Middleton, and I am here with Amanda Gresco. She's a dancer and has a lot to say about it. So, welcome, Amanda.
Hi,
Thank you for
glad to
being
be
here.
here. Glad to be here.
So, tell me about your background. I understand you're a dancer.
Yes, I am a dancer, and I have an extensive background in classical ballet. Is my training. And I also did tap, jazz, modern, all kinds of things. Had an extensive background since I was little.
Well, you have a lovely body, so I can tell you've been dancing.
Yes, yes.
So where did you get your start?
So I got my start, wow. Very first beginnings, there was Barbie Ballham, there was Phyllis Blake. These were ladies who had studios in their basements, and they start their own studio, and that's how I started.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so as a young lady, as a young
this
girl.
was, yeah, as a girl, yeah, as a girl.
And that
like
was
5.
in this area, correct?
Yes, in the Rockville, Maryland.
Nice, local,
Yeah.
Maryland.
Yeah.
And so what is, you have a workshop, it's a Fanvel's workshop?
Yeah, so Fanvel's workshop is my new class that I'm starting here, and and it's going to take place very soon.
So where, it's at a studio, correct?
Yes.
And how, can you explain what Fanvels are?
Yes, the fan veils. I was drawn to them because they were so elegant to me, and they were another form of expression, and they looked so graceful and fluid, and I thought, oh, this would be so interesting for me to try it. And when I started trying it, it came very natural considering my background, and I just thought, oh, I really want to share this with people, and I can see and have a vision of people just doing this and enjoying it, but also enjoying it for the great fitness aspect and the great body conditioning that it gives you, and gives you that fun workout.
Right.
Yeah.
So it kind of looks like they're sort of silks, or?
Yes, they are silk fan veils.
But you're not really being elevated as, like, say, the artists who do the performances on silk.
On the aerial
aerial,
silks.
yeah.
They're not aerial silks. They're just fans that you hold in your hands. And again, this is very interesting and beautiful, but it's also, like I said, it is great fitness, and it's a great way to just incorporate everything that I have a background with.
Right,
So,
okay. And so what are your goals with the workshop? What would you like to, like,
Yeah.
what kind of people do you want to teach this to? Or-
yeah, that's a great question, because at first I just opened up to like the whole world, like the whole world can take it.
From any age?
From any age, yeah.
Okay.
But I really do want to be a little more specific than that. So I am interested to get women, and women of all ages. And if it just happens that more young ladies or more older women show up, that's great. I don't know how much a man would enjoy this quite aspect.
Maybe male dancers?
Yeah, male dancers, maybe. I mean, maybe they're doing something specific where they would benefit from the class too.
Right.
So it's not really, it's all inclusive. But since it is being held at a breaking studio, for
okay.
break
So like
dancing.
break dancing.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So this is also a really cool place. But yeah, I didn't want people to think that it was for break dancers. I mean, it can be
Right.
for possibly the parents bringing their kids there, if that works out, or
right.
yeah.
So if
or
somebody
anybody.
has a child who's doing the break dance,
Yeah.
the parent can go do, maybe the mom can go to your class and do the,
Yes,
the fan belt.
absolutely. Yeah, try to encourage. Yeah, while you're there,
Yeah.
you can drop your kid off and have them do a class, and you can do the workshop as well.
So it's a nice artistic expression, but also a form of exercise, do you think?
Correct. Yeah, I would say it's both, and that's, again, my background with dance was always, with both, because with ballet it's the same. It's, a lot of physical exercise, but also artistic expression. So this
Okay.
is very much the same.
And I see people must ask you about your arms and how you become so fit. Does
Yes.
that,
Yes.
is it partially from the fans?
This
you think?
definitely, the fans definitely helps. Yes, and all the years
That's
of
right.
training, but
Right.
yeah, this I think anybody can do and have fun with.
That's great.
Yeah.
Now, I understand you were in New York as well as a dancer. Is that correct?
Yeah, in my younger years, I did, really wanted to pursue this art and this dream, and still do. But this
Yeah.
was definitely, I was just, I have to go to New York. I have to go to this place. So I did study in the summer. I studied at Juilliard. So this is, was a
Nice.
great opportunity for me, and
Yeah.
to really learn how, there's all different paths people take with dance. And one of the things I learned there is that, it's just, there's no limit to it. You can make your own troupe. You can, you can do so many different things. It's not just, get into this company or that company, or even just Broadway or nothing. So you can make your own.
Create your own future.
Yes,
Nice.
absolutely.
And did you say you had some experience in Las Vegas as well?
Yes, I did have experience in Las Vegas. I studied pole fitness, and I went and got certified to teach pole to women and fitness. And again, kind of combining the background of dance, but yet fitness, and relating that and bringing that out to everyone and saying, wow, this actually tones your body really well.
Right.
So,
Oh, it takes
yeah.
so much strength to do that. I've never done the pole dancing, but I
Yeah.
know that those women are very strong.
Yes, it does
the
take a
arms
lot.
and-
It's challenging to me as ballet, and that's the saying just from my own point of view. Like, ballet is one of the most challenging dances, and pole is also very challenging.
Do they complement each other? Are you able to do pole more
Yeah.
easily with some of the training that you've had as a ballerina?
Yeah, some of the training helps, and some of it is a little bit different because it was. I feel it's more gymnastics sometimes, so then I had to train some gymnastics, and kind of complement that. And again, I think now the studios are noticing that too, is from young girls. They want them to be more well-rounded. Like say, okay, we need to learn ballet, but we also need to learn all these different forms so that we have more options in life.
Right, that's
we,
true.
As we progress.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and so with the pole, you are a little more athletic in a way than the ballet.
Yeah, I would say, well, it's not necessarily more athletic, but it's more gymnastics. There's some different body coordinations and different poses and different kinds of training that, that I noticed. And I said, oh, I wish if I was had more gymnastic training, it would have maybe taken even easier. But
I
yeah, so I always think about that stuff because I teach young girls too. And
Oh, you do?
Yeah,
Okay.
I do. And so I always think about how, to train them better and how to,
Do you train them
incorporate-
ballet?
I
You
train them
teach them?
ballet.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see. And how did you learn about the fans? How did you
Yeah.
train in that?
I trained really from learning more self-taught with the fans, and as I've gotten with different fans, I took workshops with fans, like just regular fans, and they always ended up coming up, like with ballet and with when I did a pole routine, and when I did all these different things, they always were involving more and more of the fan work. So then it was just a progression of, okay, I really want to learn how to do the fans, and I'm able to, I take my own workshops in it from the
Interesting.
videos, and yeah.
Nice. They're so beautiful. I know that I'm half Filipino, so
Yeah.
we use fans in the Philippines to fan
Yes.
ourselves and keep ourselves cool. Do you use those kinds of fans as well? The traditional Spanish sort of?
Yeah, that's
fan?
more like with the ballet. When I taught the ballet troupe, I had because I did have an older ladies were. I don't want to say they were older ladies, but they weren't little
more
girls.
mature-
they were
mature ladies.
a mature lady. They did ballet, and
Uh-huh.
they were Asian, and they were also interested in the fans. So I did Kitri from Don Quixote.
Oh, nice.
Had the fans, and they also really enjoyed the fan work doing
Right,
Kitri.
right.
So yeah, they just there's so many connections now with the fans, and it's not everything, but this is a fun way that people start enjoying, and also for a performance when we do performances, they just add that element for the audience to see. Oh, that just looks cool.
Oh, yeah. I remember Marilyn Monroe had a sequence in one of her, I think, Diamonds. I can't remember the movie. I know one of my colleagues here knows, but
Okay.
Hef probably
Our
knows the
best
name.
friend. Yeah, the
What's-
feather fans.
the feather
yeah.
fans?
And I do have those as well.
It's so glamorous.
Yeah.
I mean, she's just
So-
hiding behind all those fans. So,
Right. Yeah, I was drawn to that too as a ballet dancer. I think it was Sally Rand. She did a very famous where the fans were just huge and covered her whole body. And she just looked like a ballet dance. And I thought, wow, but that's a fan dance and it's a ballet dance.
It's very creative. I've seen some beautiful performances with the fans.
Yeah.
And you think that they're not dressed behind the fan, and then
Yeah.
they take it off, and oh, they have
Okay.
something on.
And it's sparkly and it's
That's nice.
glamorous, and
That's
it
nice.
also just reminds us of a different era which, you know, I also really enjoy this just feeling from, you know, this time when women were so glamorous. And
I
yet,
know.
you know, we've of course progressed in so many ways, but
Right.
also to be able, women want to like dress up and feel
Right.
beautiful and yet still feel like smart and intelligent and everything. And you can do that. You don't have to be one way or another. You can still put on, you know, a sparkly stuff and still be elegant and respectful and
Exactly. And
everything.
be smart and dress well
yeah.
and be traditional looking, and you can have it all.
Yeah.
That sounds wonderful. So those fans are part of your training, and where's the studio that you're teaching at, the lab?
Okay, so this is in Tacoma.
In Tacoma.
It's right
Okay.
near the metro, right in walking
Oh,
distance.
perfect.
So it's also a really good
So-
metro accessible location.
That's great.
And yeah, we're just
And
hoping
maybe about
to-
a 30-minute drive from Arlington.
From
possibly?
Arlington, yes, Arlington is not too bad. I'm holding it after rush hour, you know, partly for that reason. You
Oh,
can,
good. In
you
the
can go
evenings.
home. Yeah, you can go home and kind of relax and then, you know, beat the rush hour
Okay.
traffic.
So-
And again, this timing, if we run it again and we realize there's a better time, we can figure that out.
Sure.
too. Yeah.
So working ladies can go to work, come home, eat dinner, change, and then go back for their class.
Absolutely. Yep.
So it's
Makes
almost like a
sense.
gym workout, but it's more artistry and a little bit of movement and exercise while they're doing the artistry.
Yes, yes. I'm trying to make it very balanced, and you know, again, I've had experience teaching. You know, I teach the kids ballet. I also have taught, you know, the fitness to women, so I understand how to gear it towards the group. And if they come in, they say we want more of this or we want more of that, we can adjust it. But the idea is to make it, you know, where we can just work on, you know, the moves and also, you know, the proper technique, and then also we can make combinations and we can make it more dancey and yeah.
And it's people of mostly all ages, but possibly in the middle. And
Yeah.
so I love that you're doing this artistry. And is there music involved as well?
Oh yes, that's a good question, and we can also adjust that to what people like. What I'm into now is just instrumental, you know, is violin, and it's just kind of music that, you know, feels classical yet it feels contemporary. Just kind of exploring that, but of course we can gear the music towards people's tastes.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool. Great. And then would there be some sort of performance at some point along the way? Do you think if you get enough students and they have enough training from you?
Yes, I think it's very possible for women who similar to the adult troupe that I had before, they always had this dream that they had danced from when they were little, and they didn't. So, I mean, this would be a perfect opportunity for, you know, anybody in that situation who just said, oh, I thought I would never, you know, I could never do this. And
Right.
they can, you know, we can work routines and we can make a little performance. It's very possible to, and with them it's the same thing. It doesn't mean you have to be 50 hours a week. I mean, even just that commitment of anything, of I'm going to go to the workshop and I'm going to stick with it, is enough often to have the capability to put on performances, and believe me, your friends will want to go. People in the community, you know,
Yeah.
we're building a community is the
Right.
the reason.
That's
So.
wonderful. Well, what little girl has never dreamed of being a dancer? And it's a nice way to make those dreams come true for women who had to stop somewhere along the way and raise a family and maybe somehow get back into it. So
Yes.
it's a really nice opportunity. Well,
Yes.
thank you so much for
Absolutely.
joining us.
Absolutely.
And I hope that Fanvel's workshop by Amanda goes great. And so how can people get a hold of you?
Okay, either by email. My email is bdb25@hotmail.com, or my Facebook page, Amanda Dance INS, which is Amanda Dance Instructor. But you can look me up on Facebook.
That's great.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming.
Okay, thank
right.
you. Thank you for having me.
Of course. All right. Well, thank you for being with us, and we look forward to seeing you again. Here we are with the Fan Bells by Amanda. So, Amanda, please tell us how to do these.
Okay,
How are we working?
I want to just show you a few things about them.
They're so
show you just
beautiful.
some basic things about them is that, yeah, you can move them closed, as I'm doing, or you can move them open.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
So that's the first thing, is to get comfortable opening them and closing and opening and closing.
Oh.
So yeah, so we work on with the class having a good, learning that grip and really practicing that grip and seeing how it's just some things come natural and some things you have to really work on. So one of those things is that grip. So I'll just show you a couple of things that you started doing naturally was these flutters. So that was
Pretty.
fluttering in
Yeah.
the air when you're moving your wrist motion really quickly. So you can do like this. Yep. And so you can try.
Okay.
Show everybody
See
how
if
you
I can do
it.
that. Wow.
There
Well,
you
I
go.
have a little training from, like I said, I'm half
Mhm.
Filipino, so
Yeah, there
we
you
do
go.
use these fans, but it takes some strength, I notice, in the hands.
Mhm.
Your
It
hands get
does.
sore.
And at first, what I noticed too is the left one, it was more challenging on my left than my right. So
'Cause you're right-handed.
I had to, yeah, I'm right-handed, so you have to drill both, and then you'll see how that's good because you're learning how to do both, use both hands equally.
Yeah.
So this is just a flourish here where I'm bringing them up and over, up and around.
Pretty.
So also looks cool. So you can try it.
Okay. I don't know if I can do that one.
So again, getting this tight grip
Yeah.
and getting that pinky and
Exactly.
that thumb. And if you notice, I labeled my right and left so that I don't.
Oh, I saw that. I
also
saw
get
that.
mixed
Okay.
up there.
So I start with
Mhm.
an upward.
In the center to
Okay.
your head and up and over. Yep.
Oh,
There you
pretty.
go. Mhm. Yeah.
Oh, nice. And do you do this to music then?
And we can do that to music. And, change up the sequences. We'll change
Mhm.
it back to the fluttering. And,
I
and then
see.
closing
Wow.
them and just going like this, like similar to a swimming backstroke. See? And we can do what is it, chase, when I'm chasing one and the other,
Mm-hmm.
and figure eights.
Oh, cute.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, big and small.
This is fun.
Mm-hmm. And you can do all
And
that
circles.
to opening. You can spin with them.
So
So
it takes a little bit of skill to learn to open and close these.
yeah,
quickly.
it does. So some things, like anything else, just looks so simple when people are doing it, but some of the stuff that is actually practice is just getting strength and with
Right.
the grip and
And my left hand's
Yeah.
weaker than my right, like
and the
yours,
left
so.
and getting the left equal with the right, and just noticing the proper form so that you're not stepping on them and getting caught up in them. So yeah, and then the workout aspect is just when you get the music going and you're moving them fast,
Mhm.
and then you're going a little bit with the body as well, learning some basic steps, such as like this, then you really, you'll notice that your body
Your
is
body
getting
get
that
a lot of
workout.
exercise. I do
Yeah.
notice that.
Mhm.
So, well, thank you. They're so beautiful. Thank you for sharing
Yes,
this with
absolutely.